Welcome, up there, down there, all around the world. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to The Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. I'm telling you, excitement. There is excitement. It's electric in the air. It's a beautiful day in America, because remember Trump's threat from the State of the Union?
If there is going to be peace and legislation, there cannot be war and investigation.
Well, bye-bye, peace, because less than 24 hours after being directly threatened by the President of the United States, House Democrats announced a new investigation into President Trump's foreign financial interest and Russia ties. How'd that work out? How'd that brushback pitch work out, Don? Yes, Trump drew a line in the sand. But you know what's a good way to erase that line? Blue wave. Yesterday, swoosh. Castles in the sand. Yesterday, the House Intelligence Committee announced a 5-point investigation that's going to dig deep into Russian interference in our political system. They are looking into everything. As one member of the committee, Eric Swalwell, put it, we are going to take an MRI to any Russian financing that the Trump organization and the president may have had. Yes, we're taking an MRI to the finances, a CAT scan to the inaugural committee, and we didn't ask for it, but somebody already gave us a urine sample. Okay? Allegedly. We don't know.
Allegedly.
We don't know. And they're not just looking at interference by Russia. Swalwell explained he was worried other countries may have tried to influence the president, saying, we are not going to be so naive to assume that Trump's faithful to the Russians. Well, come on. Why would Trump be unfaithful to the Russians? He's not married to them. It's not just the... And it's not just the Intelligence Committee. The House Ways and Means Committee met today to start building a case to pursue Trump's tax returns. Remember those? Do you remember those?
I remember that.
Oh, my gosh. Were we ever so young? We're finally going to find out what's in them. Did Putin claim Trump as a dependent? Did Trump check the box where you donate $3 to a Russian oligarch? Did he list his status as married or, yeah, but I'm not dead? And well, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard for Trump to stop it, because it turns out that an obscure provision in the federal tax code gives the chairman of the committee unilateral powers to request tax information on any filer, including the president. Yes. Now, keep in mind. Keep in mind, very important, that's an obscure provision of the federal tax code, unlike the parts we all memorized in grade school. Sing it with me. In the case of an individual, there is hereby imposed for each taxable year a tax equal to 3.8%. Oh, why aren't you singing with me? I don't understand. Was I the only one who learned?
I knew it.
You knew the song.
I knew it.
You know all the...
I knew all
You can't stump the band.
You see what I'm saying?
And that's not all. According to one committee aide, the tax returns are only one evidentiary piece of the larger puzzle about Trump's finances. A larger puzzle? I don't care how large it is. I think it's going to be pretty easy to solve. I like to solve the puzzle, Pat. Is it witch hunt? But the committee members are proceeding with caution to avoid appearing partisan. One member said, this needs to be done methodically. There cannot be an ounce of let's go get him. That is very prudent. Also, let's go get him. Okay? We are way past. We're way past decorum here, guys. When you're running out of a burning building, you don't stop at the door and say, no, no, after you. No, no, after you. No, I insist. Oops, and we're dead. But while this might take a while, Trump has told his Treasury Department to ready plans to drag the expected Democratic request out for months and well into the 2020 campaign. Wait a second. He wants his taxes released during the 2020 campaign? I want this to land right before the election. I hate this job. Get me out of here. And Trump is not happy. I can understand. I can understand.
Yeah, the
It's
guy's
a tough job.
He's going through
and
a lot.
He's terrible at it.
A lot of accusations.
Trump's not happy. Yesterday, he coined a new catchphrase to describe the investigations.
It's called presidential harassment.
Yes. Yes. Presidential harassment. It's like sexual harassment, only Republicans take it seriously. And today he singled out House Intelligence Committee Chairman and man seeing those warm brownies coming out of the oven, Adam Schiff, tweeting, "Now Congressman Adam Schiff announces, after having found zero Russia collusion, that he's going to be looking at every aspect of my life, both financial and personal, even though there is no reason to be doing so. Never happened before. Unlimited presidential harassment. ... The Dems and their committees are going nuts." Yes, the Dems are going nuts, looking into possible crimes that you definitely did. I'll tell the joke. He continued, "The Republicans never did this to President Obama. Have you been huffing the Aquanet? We were all alive then. None of us were in a coma. All they did was investigate him. The IRS, the ATF, the ACA, Solyndra, Benghazi. They didn't subpoena his taxes. Can you guess why? Hint, he released them." Trump hallucinated further. "I hear other committee heads will do the same thing, even stealing people who work at White House." Is he using stealing as a verb or an adjective? "They keep taking my best stealing people. How am I supposed to get richer without my best stealing people? You know, my thieving friends, my burglar buddies, my corruption compadres, my money laundering muchachos." I speak Spanish. I can speak Spanish. Mucho dinero. Trump might be looking for divine intervention because this morning he spoke at the National Prayer Breakfast, which makes sense. The only thing Trump's ever prayed for is more breakfast. In the very first words of his speech, Trump made a promise.
I will never let you down. I can say that. Never.
Did the president just rickroll the prayer breakfast? "I'm never going to give you up, never going to let you down, never going to run around and desert you unless you just gave birth, then I'm going to boink a porn star." Then... Really? Too far? Really? I'm sorry. I apologize. I didn't realize we had so many porn stars here tonight. Then he listed what our nation has achieved through the power of prayer.
Since the founding of our nation, many of our greatest strides, from gaining our independence to abolition of civil rights,
Abolition of civil rights? Oops, I accidentally read next year's speech. Then his mouth said this.
America's potential is unlimited because our extraordinary people are just something that is number one, no matter where you go.
He's talking like they spun him around 10 times, pulled the bag off his head, and pushed him on stage. America, and I mean this from the bottom of it. America are number one. when they went the journey, love and friend. And I'll say that to anyone, where am I? Then came Marco. Thank you. Then came Trump's least favorite part of any speech, talking about people in the audience who aren't him.
This Saturday, Pastor Brunson will walk his daughter down the aisle. Wow, that's great. Congratulations.
His speech just broke news to him. And as your president, wow, I'm still president? That lasted longer than I thought. Mueller hasn't gotten me yet. Okay, I see. We got a great show for you tonight. Chris Pratt is here. But when we return, I share my midnight confessions. Stick around.